Hi, everybody. Well, it's still Jane Austen, July. We still got a little bit of July left. And I just finished reading Persuasion, one of my favorite Jane Austen books. So, spoiler alert, we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to give a little bit of my thoughts about this Persuasion. And I really enjoyed rereading this book. And I really think Anne Elliot is underestimated as a character. I think that she is kind of like the family glue, and kind of like the peacemaker. She is sensible and kind. And whenever the Musgroves have a disagreement or problem, they always seem to apply to Anne and talk to Anne. And they seem to have a great more respect for Anne than her father and her elder sister Elizabeth do. And whenever there's a tragedy or something bad happens, it's Anne that always comes to the fore. Like when her nephew fell and hit his head, or fell and got hurt, it was Anne that, took care of him. And when Louisa Musgrove fell and hit her head, it is Anne that figures out, helps figure out what to do with her and how to help Louisa. And I think the sisters are her sisters Mary and Elizabeth are very jealous of Anne. Charles, Mary's husband, wanted to marry Anne, but he married Mary instead because Anne didn't want to marry him. And Elizabeth, she's never got any proposals from any guys, and Anne had about three proposals, twice from Captain Wentworth and one from Charles, I believe. And then Mr. Elliot was interested in Anne, but Anne was smart and wise enough. She didn't trust him when Elliot came to to make amends with her father and her sister in Bath. Something told her, I don't trust this guy. And it proved her right when Mrs. Smith told her what was going on, and that Elliot was not a nice guy. And now on to Captain Wentworth. I really like Captain Wentworth. I think he's a really good guy. But I definitely, he kind of makes a fool of himself when he comes to Uppercross, and he starts flirting a little bit with Louisa and Henrietta. And they're kind of like both the opposite of Anne. They're like all like out there and, not really listening to anybody, just doing their own thing. And anyway, and Anne says after the accident, or she thinks after Louisa's accident, there's a quote here, Anne wondered whether it ever occurred to him now to question the justness of his own previous opinion as to the universal felicity and advantage of firmness of character, and that whether it might not strike him that, like all other qualities of mind, it should have its proportions and limits. So anyway, that's why I love this story. That's why I love Anne so much. I think she's really a great person and a great character. And so I did read, as far as Jane Austen July, I did finish reading Fanny Burney's Evelina, which I think I'm going to finish. Do a video on later on this month. And I don't know, I might be reading Bridget Jones's Diary. Hopefully, maybe I'll get to it by the end of the month. I should be able to. And then, I don't know if I'm going to get to Jane Austen and Her Letters, A Family Record. So we'll see. I might have to read. We'll see how far I get. And I'll keep you updated. I might have to read this some other time. But I'll try to get to this one. I have another book I'm reading too. So we'll see how far I get. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. Please let me know your thoughts and what you think on Persuasion. I imagine if you found this video, you're very interested in Jane Austen, or you're a big fan of hers. So just let me know what you think if you happen to find this video. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.